Now, good morning. It is roughly 3:42 in the morning. It's roughly 63 degrees. Case in point, I'm trying to come to you on this fine Wednesday morning that I'm going to take you on a slow ride. So pardon the stupidity. But trust me when I say this, unexpected things can happen. Now, you may look at me and say, why are God seeing Earth? Are you doing what you're doing? Well, I'll say this now so that people can begin to understand I'm not your average person, okay? I've come to the sad belief that people have issues in life. And I say issues, we are nothing but human beings who must have done some pretty miraculous and costly things. As you can see, I'm slowly coming out of my door. And I say my door because it's 53 degrees. I get out, this is my bed. That's, to be perfectly honest, is quite disturbing. You think that's bad enough that a person who is looking to make now I go out in some early hours, but number one, I don't want to give my quote unquote person the opportunity to know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to something like this. Donald J. Trump, that's another rant that I'm going to get into at the moment. He has disgraced the office. He has disgraced his family's brand. He has disgraced so many in this country. The traditions of the military, all of it. He has just, pardon the pun, took a big giant shot on it and expected well, I'm of the sober opinion. You don't chat everywhere and then expect somebody else to clean up your effing mess. Because you want my honest opinion? Yeah, this is an actual nighttime ride all the way doing what I'm doing at the moment. And I'll say this now loud and proudly. Don't treat your own people. And I say everybody, not the millionaire class or the billionaire class. No, you treat the people who truly put you in that White House. That's 77.3 or 77.4 million people who put you in that White House. You give them the common courtesy of doing something for them, not doing something for the people that you are beholden to. And I'm talking about the billionaire class and the APAC money. And I'll say this as well. Different lobbying groups and all that bullshit It's just that bullshit. They seem to have more sway than the average voter. And I say they seem to have more sway is they know how things are. Like, say if you wanted to get a lawsuit, you call up your congressperson, and but here's the turnkey authoritarianism. Turnkey authoritarianism only works if you are being paid to do a certain thing. Now, Donald J. Trump, in my opinion, is and always will be a con man. He will always treat the very constituency that put him in there like a bunch of fucking turds. And I say turds because look at the gas prices. The very thing that he campaigned on and said, oh, I'm going to bring them down to the same prices and all that bullshit. He's had 2 years. And we're supposed to fall at his feet and call him dear leader. At the rate we're going and all this other shit, we are literally, and I say literally, we are literally becoming North Korea. And it's the military, from what I understand of the military, they had pretty much said, go F yourself when it comes to the nuclear codes. And when you've lost the respect of the military and the people, you are no longer the president of the country in which you reside. You are technically, in my humble opinion, are a fucking hot dictator. Now, we can throw around the platitudes of him being a dictator and all this bullshit, but if you want honesty, while they're running to their bunkers and stuff like that, your local population is you have nobody that is coming to save you. And you're wondering what the hell I mean by nobody that is coming to save you. People in this world, unless you start to recognize your common humanity, nobody will fucking give two shits about you as long as you're doing something for somebody else. I blame my father. I blame him for my mental and physical condition. And you want to say honesty about that shit? My dad, I love him dearly, but I can't be with him. And I say with, sorry about that, had to do some readjustment. I have a parent that I can't be, sorry about that. I had a parent that I could not handle or be with. He, in my whole part of life, he literally has treated his sons like disposable assets. And I say disposable assets. For 40 years, he chased the almighty dollar. He chased it like you and I video creation. He chased the almighty dollar. I mean, he did stuff from different parts of his life. And you're wondering, like, why am I even remotely telling you any of this? Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't know how much more of this world is going to be left when it's all said and done. It seems like we are in a birthing sequence, like the birthing page of Revelation. And it seems like no matter how much they try to tell you this Ponzi scheme nonsense, one thing that's constant is you, you with them. And I say you with them, that they, for honesty's sake, they see how people treat one another. Yeah, I do these nighttime videos at 3, 4 in the morning because yeah, I get bored sometimes sitting at home and trying to have stuff to do. Now, now, do I have certain loyalties for Donald Trump? I do. I'm not saying he's a bad man, but I will say this. This guy, this guy who has never figured out he's never in life, he loves to tell people how they should spend like food stamp dollars. Oh shit, what the fuck is that shit? They're now saying that you can only have certain things. Well, if I remember the literature back when food stamps first created, and when I remember what Ronald Reagan actually said in his radio addresses, a government program is supposed to send to eternal life that you'll see on this planet. And I thought, wow, that's deep shit. And the reason why I say that I call that deep is because he knew on anything that as long as you can see, if I can get this focus, it is roughly $3.15 for gasoline. In this town, it's not giving me a clear, precise picture. That's about the best I can do. And the different parts of now. You might say to me, why in the hell are you even remotely trying to do any of this? Well, I'll say this now. It is very, very, very difficult to live in a town of 11,000 people. It's not a very big town. And we have some small jobs, gas, gas stations, quite a few restaurants, all that typical normal stuff. And to make a long story short, it means we need to come back as a people. And I say a people. And the reason why I put little different pics into my videos, because I want you to know that it's AI. I want you to know that it's not AI, excuse me. Because with AI, I've seen renderings of people that are damn near perfect. And human beings are they are not perfect people in the way they speak, in the way they talk, but when you see these AI rendering videos of people, it's almost like you're watching a robotic thing. And I say robotic is because that's what it basically is. It is robotic. It is not what the said person is, how they think their mannerisms, the different parts of what makes them them. Oh, what makes them who they are is not the way the AI does it. No, how it is actually done is the imperfect. That's what makes it perfect. That's what makes it what it is. Because I have seen some great renderings of AI, but you want my honest opinion? We're not quite doing a, how shall I say this, a quite doing what I mean by that is we're not doing the particular thing where machines are walking down the actual street. No, you're starting to see AI make decisions in different ways that were not possible before. And I say not possible before. You think, oh, if AI does this way, then it's fine. Well, you know what? I'll say this again so that most people can begin to understand. Studying the world state. We are an international pariah around the world. We are an international pariah who, all things considered, we shouldn't have had the Bretton Woods system. We shouldn't have had all the different systems that we have had over our present time. And I say all the present time is very real and very, very, very circumspect. Because it just really irks me that somebody and that's it. And maybe you are right. You free. Yeah. Coming up on the sure you see it from the Phillips 66 is now an Amoco. It literally is 3 cents to the gallon for gasoline in this town. And I've heard from spots in California, New York, Chicago, all these different spots that are hard to punch, blue states and blue cities, they have high access. They had different things. Oh, we want to do programs, we want to have and you want all these things and want to pass the hell out of the get it. What's the point of not allowing people to have a bit of the very thing that makes the world go round? Now, many years ago, what I'm about to show you is the piece again. We have kind of started back in the day. That started back in the day. That started as this was way back when let's say this very openly that this was a service station. This pizza man. This was a service station and then became a grocery shop. Now it's a restaurant. Point being, you tend to have fond memories of said spot. You tend to have fond memories of said spot. And I'll tell you, as I sit here going through the different parts of my town, is you are told, oh, this stay away, shut your mouth, and all this other crap. But hear me when I say this small town after appeal and their ambiguity. Now, I do these rides, not because I have to. Now, I do these rides because they, they, they literally give me something to do. Now, like say, oh, well, you're just pulling shit out of your rear end. Well, that's kind of true. Because I'll tell you right now, I've seen blue states, and I say blue states, and you have worse outcomes in blue states and in blue cities than what you do in red states and in red cities. Because number one, I'm taking you through the infrastructure pretty much of my home state, my hometown. And I'll tell you, life is different here. Life, you don't have the hubbub of a lot of the stuff put out. Red states have their own hubbub as well. And I'll tell you, not as someone who disrespect, but we have different cars, we have a different way of existing in a place like this. Now, you see people always doing busy work, and that's fine. You are supposed to be doing busy work because if we don't do busy work, what is our existence supposed to be like? You know, what is our life supposed to be like? Are we supposed to always give ourselves over to someone? Are we supposed to give someone our time, our money, our sweat, our tears? Because that's the way it seems. You know, I didn't know this place was this. Because this place here called the Great Public House. That's a Irish pub. Good Lord, I didn't know it was that Irish pub. Yeah, and the point that I'm trying to make is there are culture values, culture everything that most people do not see. Now, I'm not trying to tell you to do this red state, but if you listen to certain questions created and rendering when created on the internet, you have people say, oh, red states are these horrible, backwater places. And they're not. Yeah, do people have obesity? Do people have definitely. And it's the same way in blue states. Trying to make all of this very simple. We are not the same. And I say, as people, we are not that dissimilar from the rest of each other. If you were to come across this video, what would you think of this? What I showed you? You call it, oh, it's a redneck town. I mean, what now? Would you take in the history of this town? And I'm sure you can say that about Blue State as well, Blue City. But I hear people use political talking points and it's fucking drop. And all they I'm of the political opinion of let me live my life in peace and stay the hell out of my walls, stay the hell out of my bedroom. That is the ultimate goal of every conservative. Yeah, am I a Democrat? Oh, definitely. Definitely, I am a Democrat. I am not such a liberal. I am not a liberal Democrat. I am a conservative Democrat that believes like JFK, believes like FDR. I believe that we should be able to do certain things and to be told, look, I'm even in a effing wheelchair, but I'm still trying to produce for this economy. And I stay trying to reduce. And it's very real. And it's very real. Because I'm tired of seeing people use red states as a effing way to dunk on them. Because, they have higher obesity rates, stressors, and all the different platitudes have red states. What I'm trying to provide that with everything is if you were me, or you were in a red state, I don't let that shit normally bother me, but I've seen enough of it where it's like, I have to do something to defend my state's honor. Yeah, we're in the bottom, yeah, put it bluntly, bottom of the health bracket. Yeah, but we're number one in cancer. But here's my point that I'm trying to drive home. You got people just like you in blue states. And the point that I'm driving at with going through what I'm going through here is we our lives and we left the F alone. And I come from a cusp generation, Xers and millennials. I got an Xer brain with a millennial heart. Quite a combo. And I'll tell you, any one of you that are with me, that kind of combo and I truly social health I understand that I am not okay. And most people probably would being saying that all this whole time for crap in same breath, oh, you know what? That's obviously true. But here's where the rubber meets the road. Because Iowans have a certain flaw about them. They like in red. Now, everybody says in red states they just want to live their lives and not be made fun of and told to what I'm seeing in red and blue states. There's going to come a time where they will come to blows. And in blue states and in blue cities, y'all may have the checkbook, but who has the calories and who has the guns? Y'all, you ever think about that? God, it pissed them off. Starting to piss off states that don't care. When they stop giving a shit about what happened. I used to care, but not in the way you think. I say I used to care because I used to think this country has potential. And I say that it could actually work. That it could actually work. But I was wrong. I can admit maybe I was a fucking imbecile who only cared about himself, did not care about maybe having a decent friendship with people, maybe having a decent life with people. Oh, let's put on Facebook or any of that nonsense. What is actually life? It is. That's the main aim of said YouTube video that I do is bad as they try to make it out because that's something in a blue screen. But yet, you got redneck hillbilly in I've heard platitudes and that show that it's almost laughable at this age. It is almost laughable that you guys think that people like you, but people in the United States use California. Well, blue stations, red stations, they call it welfare claims. Okay, who's doing welfare claims when you guys may have the textbook, but when a total scenario where you have the last roll of toilet paper, the last crumb, or the last grain of food, who's the red states? The point that I'm trying to drive anyone gives a shit. Understand, you keep pushing red state, you will going for my understand increase the rate of the sustenance. She will, there will come a day, there will come a day that red states will sit there and say, we have had enough. And you're wondering when that day will come. And trust me, if we decide to become 50, Obama actually had three education plans. And you're wondering what the heck I mean. He had free education. And so did Donald Trump. But Donald Trump doesn't such a way that is not like anything else that you and I actually as a previous president. As a previous president. Previous presidents, the Reagan administration, have done things after arguing. Donald Trump does shit on the cheap, just like his predecessor was. But we use that. Well, I saw the pictures of the crap that they do every single day on those aircraft carriers. That's sad, and I'm thinking to myself, why give people the very bare minimum of sustenance when they should be getting top tier shit? You know, I can get basically not top tier, but probably third tier or second tier stuff. But when the soldiers that are over there fighting in this war of choice, when they're fighting for, and they say, oh, we're defending our freedom. Well, got a question for you. I take it for what it's worth. Freedom are we fighting for? The bankers' freedom? Freedom of the peasantry? What freedom are we fighting for? Because if you look around, you start to see how we're being corralled and controlled on geofence type stuff. Oh, we're just going to put them in here just now. Kind of like the Patriot Act. It's barely old enough to drink, and they are trying to do cock the walk. And before the Patriot Act, now, if you really must know, how do they get their little packages on board? This seems to not have any trouble. Now, I was engaging with Gemini AI, the civilian version, and I pointed out to it that with the coming Save America Act, if I was a good person who wanted to cause fraud, true cause fraud, and I had a hookup in in uh, in in the Vital Records office, I could go get the banknote grade paper, get a nice printer, match every single part of it, no defects. And because I started to think about this, because they want to go back to paper this, paper that, which is fine. But the onus should be on the freaking clerk of court or somebody, or even a special office for that person. Because if you put it on the citizenry, which I'm sorry to say this, we are not a reliable set of people. Now, give me a second. Give me a second. As long as Donald Trump, or say from Reagan to Trump, we have had people vote against their interests for so long that no matter how much you try to say, oh, this person's going to cut this program, or this person's going to do this, or oh, vote the other way so that way you can preserve, say, Social Security or Medicare or some other bullshit. Now he's trying to say he wants to get rid of Medicaid and Medicare and take money out of Obamacare. And these are the laws. These are not just something he can unilaterally say, okay, by the stroke of a pen, he can turn around and get rid of it. And it's the same thing with the food stamp program. He's trying to defund all these programs. Well, here's my thing, Mr. President. You can sit there and tell me that you're going to defund these things. Let me give you a bit of clarity. A lot of these small town grocery stores wouldn't exist without the food stamp program. Every one out of every $10, maybe two, go to these stores on the food stamp program. So how do you think these stores make such razor thin margins? The food stamp program. What about people with that? That's another thing. Like Walmart, they kind of crept in quietly, just like everything else. And now they're a major fixture. What's going to come next? Amazon? Because what? They're going to put Amazon in small towns? Don't think so. Because they already tried that model with Walmart. And to be perfectly honest with you, Walmart didn't quite cut the mustard, if you know what the heck I mean. Walmart are the next concentration camp. So if you look throughout the country, Walmarts are where they hold the decommissioned Walmart are where they hold. And Obama actually did that. Yeah, look at them. Look at them guys, man. Look at me, I'm looking at them. Wow. Nice looking beard. Great looking beard. It is not up to me to tell you how to think, how to act, how to use remotely go about living life. Because I'll sit there and I'll tell you straight up. It is not my place to tell you how to live. It is not my place to tell you whether or not you live your life in such a way that would even remotely begin to, how shall I say, and I'm just gonna probably leave that there for now, but I'm gonna leave you with some quiet footage of what the drive home is actually like. So please like the video, please share the video, please subscribe. It would really help me out dearly. If you guys have started to mind that, oh, you just want to get clicks and all that bullshit. Oh, that's partially true. But also, you gotta look at the premise. You gotta look at the premise that most people are on people. And I say on people because some of the earth people don't, they don't get any awards. They don't get certain respect from somebody who goes to work from 9 to 5 first thing in the morning and you have to stop. And that's what I'm trying to get someone who is in a red state. You don't get the niceties of what it's like to live in a red state. Now, do we piss one and moan? Yeah, we do. That's universal. But in the same respect, don't count red states out. Here's why I and I shudder and I shudder to think that red states will turn away blue states. Now, you're going to say that red states are the hillbilly flat shell people. And some of them might be. That is true. Calling people red cowards. Now, you guys can tell me that I'm full and stuff like that, and that's a fair criticism of what it's going to be in a red state. Now, in that same breath, you can sit there and tell me, oh yeah, well, it's just institutionalized. Well, it's just only to a certain people. Well, and that's a fair criticism. But in that same respect, do not, and I repeat, do not tell people that they are these hillbilly background people. When they are some of the most respectful people, and you all have sometimes just written off. And yeah, are there drawbacks? Of course there are drawbacks. There are all kinds of drawbacks to living. It is a whole state. But there are advantages than living in a major city. There are advantages. Yes. So hear me when I say that. Now you may look at me and say, "Oh, you're so full of it. You don't know what you're saying." Well, partially true. But you have got to understand it is not up for one person to say. And give me a second. Like we have before, I guarantee you one thing. Red states finally get a quote unquote divorce. You may have a few reports and all that bullshit, but you got both things that so many people say if you look at your taxes, look at your identity. I've lived in these and it's not what and I lived before the 7th. That was the best decision I actually made in my adult life. And I'll tell you that because when you live in the blue state, they wanted you to wear masks, they wanted you to do all these other pun bullshit. Now I went with it for a little bit. I went with it, but you want my honest? It was a fucking excuse, a straight up excuse to take money away from red states and stuff like that. Will say me, I actually that's coming from, everybody's everybody's wild. But also, when they will back, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they push and push and push. You push them far enough, they will have a breaking point. They will have a breaking point. And you're telling me that people who are in residential where hillbilly back black belt, and I've heard this enough times where it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh because it shows me that you don't look at people, you don't see people, you see, oh, inbred, illiterate, okay, and I'm using some of their terminology, not mine. But I'll say this right now. I've met some educated people in red states, but I've also met some real dumbasses in red states, same in blue states. Case in point, if you trade in like they're not worth the time, understand it will fail if you have most of the resources and you want to cause problems with but that's just got the uncertainty if it were to come down to resources. Now, home with a home, whatever you like, and that's fine. I don't care. But when red states band together, blue states will start to understand that they are in the minority. They are in the minority. Oh, we're going up progressive direction. But if you truly understand how this shit works, you will be thoroughly fucking surprised how red states and blue states are not that dissimilar. But yet it's gonna be cut down to 40 lines. And you all can come home with the I don't care. Right. But put past the gun conservatives that will do all these right things to show you that they are not afraid. I've seen that in my own life. Gun-toting conservatives are just that. They all go through the welfare queen when certain states have and don't have a standard of living that is equal to that higher tax rate that they are being told they have to prescribe to. Now tell me honestly, where on God's free acre, I live in Iowa. Yeah, Iowa may be a small backwater place. And I say small and backwater. It's just that small and backwater. That's what I like it because no bombs would drop on a small town. But I guarantee you, if you live in one of those sponge states, yeah, I live in the shadow of Satcom in Nebraska. One of another state that can produce its own food. But it's a different kind of state. And I'm telling you right now, push it too far, he will, he will snap. And it's just the way it fucking is. Now, you can call me whatever, don't care. We are upgrading our infrastructure to match the reality of what's to come. Now, you can tell me on something that, oh, it's off the blue state tax balance, but out of all the refugees that have been resettled in your state, oh shit. And there we go. And I just gonna go get a cheap, cheap way of being. Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. Yeah, that was town sprinkler. That was just really uh, being made fun of and all other shit. I was gonna show you what it would be like to live in such a small town. But 315 is not bad for gas. 315 is not bad. It's not great, but it's not horrible. I have seen horrible shit with gas. Now, I see $8, I see $9, for gasoline. And I'll tell you right now that it really makes me wonder how much when people really go down on taking red state, that it's not even funny. And maybe ask somebody to try to make sure that I am